when I joined Tragacanth, most of the music was already written and also recorded. So they just sent me the first a song, which was back then it was Crystallized, but now it's more known as Adamu. And that had a lot of Eastern influences, Eastern vibes. It sounded just Eastern to me. So I thought, well, it might be nice to do something with Eastern mythology. And yeah, that's how it came to be. And then they sent me the rest of the songs, and that fit that picture also perfectly. So.
Yeah.
When it comes to music, it's definitely Destroyer of Worlds. I really like that eerie classic horror intro with the piano and all that stuff, and the rest of the song too, of course. Lyrically, it's I think it's the First Noble Truth. Most of the songs are just little stories on themselves, but the First Noble Truth is the only song which is more of a way of life, a concept of living. It's about the First Noble Truth in Buddhism.
Yeah.
So it's the one with the most how you say
background.
Yeah, most meaning.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I did not include Christianity in the album, that's true, but I also didn't include the Islam or Judaism. I really focused on religions with more than one god, because I think that's where the more interesting stories are, where there are different gods and more characters to play with. Yeah, there are some connections on the album, but that's mostly because it's all influenced on the Eastern religions.
Yeah.
For example, well, you have God of Hell, which talks about the God of Hell, Yama. But he also appears on the Gates of Naraka, of course, because Naraka is like
the underworld.
Yes, the underworld in Hinduism.
Yeah.
And he's the lord of the underworld, so to speak. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Birth of a Goddess has a nice little story behind it. It's this woman who is only worshipped in like 2 small villages.
Okay.
She actually has 2 different origin stories, but I combined them.
Okay.
It's about this woman and this man. This man is madly in love with that woman, but he's also very jealous.
Okay.
So he decides to lock her up. And well, she eventually just can't take it anymore. She's just locked up. She just takes matters in her own hands and kills herself. And the gods are so taken up with that story. And killing yourself is also is always
not a very good idea.
Well, not so much not a good idea, but it's also very, very massive to do.
Yeah.
So they decide, well, you can be one of us, we make you a goddess.
Okay.
And so, as a goddess, you can go back to Earth. God of Hell is kind of like the origin story of Yama.
Okay.
Yama was a mere mortal himself, actually, before he became the God of Hell. And he just wanted enlightenment. So he spent 50 years of his life meditating in a dark cave, far away from society. But just as he's about to reach enlightenment, he gets visited by 2 bandits who try to kill him. But in his near enlightened state, he managed to kill those bandits.
Okay. What a boss.
Yeah. Pretty, yeah. Especially after 50 years of
meditation,
meditating and doing nothing else.
Yeah.
Became a god after that happened. God of Hell is his origin story, and then you have, of course, Gates of Naraka, which is about just some guy dying.
Yeah.
And he's contemplating with Yama. Hinduism has many kind of hells.
Yeah.
And it depends on your life and on your sins if you just get reincarnated just quickly, or if you first have to go through a period of hell. The man who died obviously doesn't get his happy ending.
Because it's metal.
Yeah, because it's metal. So he just have to spend some time in damnation. In early Hinduism, you have like two types of war. You have Dharma Juddha and Kuda Juddha. Dharma Juddha is a rightful war. How strange that may sound. Which is just a battle with some rules and regulations everyone has to stick to. And Kuta Juddha is a rightful war. Just basically let's slaughter the people and be done with it. And Kuta Juddha is a song about one guy, and he has to go to an unrightful war. And he gets killed, so well, it's basically a sin to be part of an unrightful war. So he is denied reincarnation completely. So he just has to spend the rest of his life in hell. Well, we are currently beginning to write the next album, and it's gonna be a concept album, but kind of like Anthology, but this time just one story split up in 9 to 10 songs. This time we're gonna explore the Greek mythology.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
So that's gonna be very cool.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be based upon, well, personal experience, and it's gonna be very personal for me. Well, you'll see when it comes out.